Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm holding back a cough, but I'm Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead. There it is. There's some more. Dude, I haven't hit the bong in a while. I've generally been smoking joints or hitting the student glass. I guess the student glass is kind of like a bong, but it's a little easier because it's concentrate, so I find it a little smoother, a little more flavor as opposed to just like drier burnt weed flavor. But yeah, today we're smoking bleh. It's actually pronounced blue, but it's spelled bleh, B-L-E-U-H. We're smoking French cookies. It's their sativa. It is 28.42% with 4.11% terps. Does it tell me what the terps are? No. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm wearing all blue, smoked out of a blue bong, hit with a blue lighter. I love weed, dude. I love having fun. I love weed and having fun. I love having weed and having fun. That's like my whole goal. With this sesh, or this podcast, the whole point is to make it a sesh, make it reflective of what it's like to sesh, so that if you don't have anybody to sesh with, you could sesh with me, always. There's 80 something episodes of this. Sesh-episodes. That's right, they're seshes. That's why the topics are so like broad and they vary so much, because I want to sort of like bring the concept of a sesh to a podcast, but like a proper sesh. You talk about anything. There's no like real one situation for you. You know what I mean? There's no one topic of discussion. You generally like bounce around to a bunch of different things. For me and my group, when we used to smoke in circles, we haven't done that in a while. You would start with talking about what you were smoking, and then you would talk about, whatever was sort of like going on that day. And then you would end up talking about whatever's going on in like the news. And then you would shoot the shit and just try to, make each other laugh. And it would go in different variations of that, but there was no one conversation. So when I started thinking of like, okay, I want to do this podcast, call it Thoughts Off the Stem, the whole point is that you're seshing. You're just having a good time. You're just here smoking, smoking some weed, getting some new ideas for weed. And then I thought, what else I would like to do is also, because I worked in the cannabis industry, is educate people or help to educate people that don't really understand weed, right? I started as a smoker, and then I worked at a dispensary as a bud tender, then a supervisor, and then an assistant store manager. So I've got a pretty good base of knowledge and experience. And I thought, because now that weed is legal, maybe people need somebody that can help them out, point them in the right direction without having to like go to the store. I want to prepare you for understanding what you're getting into before you go to the store, so that you're not getting the wrong information. So yeah, so that's basically the whole point of the podcast. And I love weed. So like, why not sit down and sesh? Like I don't always have somebody to sesh with, and sometimes it's boring just sitting there smoking away and doing nothing, And I thought, hey, I could provide at least a little bit of like a discussion or something like that, So that was my idea for the podcast. That's the reason that the podcast was born. It was born out of a bong hit, a bong hit and a sense of humor. But I talk about all kinds of stuff. I had it evaluated by an SEO website, and apparently it's a mix of cannabis. It's a mix of cannabis, culture, personal growth, and comedy. That's what they told me. I know some people watch this and they're like, what's funny? But if you're a pothead, you'll get it. You'll want to be part of it. Oh, I also have in my mouth a dip. Where did I put them? I don't know. But yeah, so I've got a dip. It's a THC infused dip. There's no tobacco. It's only 10%. It's 10% per like pouch. I don't know if you want to put too many pouches in your mouth at once, but I've had this one in for like, what time is it? I don't know, 20 minutes now. And it's adding to the high of the blue. The blue this is good, actually. I've had it for a little while. I haven't really tried it because I wanted to try it on the podcast. And it's good. It's got a body buzz, like a nice amount of body high with like a touch of head high. A little bit of zone out. Yeah. It's a pretty solid daytime sativa. Because like my brain is active, but my body is relaxed. It's a nice touch. I don't know how long you're supposed to leave these dips in for, though. I guess until the flavor's gone. It's still minty, so it should be still good, right? I think. They're nice, though. These ones are a nice sativa, too. They're a little bit of an uplift. You know, one of the things that I like talking about on the podcast, too, is stuff that happened when I worked at the store. Because, dude, at a pot shop, there's so many characters. So many funny people come in. Like, I remember so many, such a wide variety. When COVID was still happening, a guy showed up in a Boba Fett helmet, a Wookiee, like a jacket that resembled a Wookiee, all furry and had the little sash, you know? And he just sat there talking to us as if like that was life. Dude, you got to picture this. You have to picture this. A guy, you don't know who it is, right? But he's got a Boba Fett helmet on and a Wookiee body. And he's talking to you about weed as if like whatever's happening there is normal. I get it. I'm weird too, dude, but yeah. So there was that guy. There was a guy that came in once and he rapped. I did a podcast about it, about some of these guys. He came in, and as he was doing his like transaction and finalizing it, dude, I'm getting high. That's good weed. It's starting to hit me in the forehead a little bit. But as this guy was doing his transaction, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey man, can I rap for you?" And I was like, "Okay." So as I'm giving him his change, he raps a verse. Don't get me wrong, the rap wasn't bad. It was just, that's maybe not his thing. Maybe write it for other people, you know? There was always guys that would come in and be like they hated everything. Like one guy would just come in, it seemed like every week, just to go down the like row of cabinets and just be like, "Hey, I don't like this. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit." Like, everything had a story. Everything was bad. All the people that like made it were contributors to the the horribleness of it, as he put it. You know, people. Okay, one time, dude. This is crazy. So one time, did I talk about? I don't know. I might be repeating myself, but I was working at the counter, and the door dinger goes off. So I go up to let people in, and it's like a group of, 5 or 6 university students, and this one girl walks in, and she's wearing like a white pajama top, but it's like fully see-through, and just comes in as if it's not a big deal. Like, your titties are hanging out, like what are we doing here? Why would you leave the house with your titties hanging out? Like, you obviously need attention or want attention, because you can't not know. You can't not know that your titties are hanging out. Like, are you kidding me, dude? No. I had to go to the back on that one. I was like, I can't do this. I'm too old. I'll fucking catch a case. Fucking tits just out for the world to see. That happened a few times. There was a couple of those. And then there's always the people that feel like bud tenders don't know what they're doing, which I get it. A lot of them don't, or a lot of them overdo it. Like, they're just too into describing the weed to you. Like, just tell me what's good and let me go. I was really good at taking those strains that would like mix and match together really nicely and extending your enjoyment for the evening or however long you wanted to have them. Like, I knew what you should have at different times of day to get the result that you wanted. So people would come to me. That was one of my favorite parts. People come in, bringing their friends in to be like, hey, talk to this guy if you want to like have a really good night. And then elderly or older people that come in, they started coming in looking for like CBD and started to get interested in the plant. A lot of them obviously very adamant about not getting high. So you had to like, I don't know. It was fun discussing all that stuff. So that's why this whole podcast has basically been me trying to explain why Thoughts Off the Stem is Thoughts Off the Stem. You know, you get it? Do you get it? I'm sure you get it. Yeah. Yeah, the whole point was just to enjoy weed and have a sesh, man. Oh. Yeah. So many characters. But I also wanted to like, I found that one of the best ways, the best sales, like the best sales tactics or best ways to interact with a lot of the questions that you get and the different types of, the different personalities you get, you had to transition pretty easily. Like, you had to go from 1 minute being like, yo, bro, this stuff, like, oh, you don't even, you're gonna be a goat. Like, that's what's gonna happen. You know those, like, fainting goats? That's you after this, okay? You have to go from that to explaining how a CBD oil can benefit a 75-year-old person that knows nothing about it, you know? That was fun. You got to have all sides of my personality. But that's what I figured, you know, that's what I figured would be a good point to doing this podcast, was just to have a sesh. Eventually I'll get to the point where hopefully I can get some like good interviews going on. I've already had a couple, they were good. But I want to try and, you know, up it. Ew. I feel like this dip pouch is pretty well done. It's a little minty, but it gets soggy. It's nice though. I also have a, well, what is it? A mango one, I think, that I haven't tried. That one might be good. But yeah, so I thought that in the next few episodes, I think, are going to be a series on helping understand why or what different cannabinoids are, what they do, and how they can enhance your high. You know? Take my knowledge, pass it on in terms of the feeling and the, you know, the experience. That's what I'm good at, I think. Understanding the experience, knowing where it came from. I can't grow. Like, I've tried growing a couple times. Nope. Doesn't work for me. I have like a black thumb. You know what it is? I'm impatient. I'm super impatient. So like, yeah, I can't I the one or two times I tried it, I checked on these plants all the time, dude. All the time. It was a bad idea because I just killed them. I tried twice and then I was like, you know what? You're not made for this. So I thought, okay, how could I be involved in weed other than that once it became legal? And then yeah, you can sell it. Sell the experience. That's what most potheads want. That's what most stoners want. Even if you're not a stoner, really, if you're somebody that's just interested in weed, a good way to sell it is, you know, providing the, I guess, truth about the experience. Yeah. I love weed, dude. I love weed. Oh. I love the different levels that it works on. Like, it's different than booze. you know, because like booze, I feel like booze, you're just like, when you're drunk, you're just one way, you know, like if you're a happy drunk, you're always happy when you're drunk. If you're an angry drunk, you're always angry when you're drunk, right? So, like, with weed, it's not like that, you know? With weed, you have like a multifaceted high. You could be introspective one day, you could be giggly and laughy and jokey aroundy, you know? Yeah, high is different. You can be like more empathetic, more reflective. Like if you're drinking, I feel like if you're reflecting only in like one avenue, you know, one way of thought. Whereas if you're smoking weed, then you start reflecting. The weed makes you sort of like try to take on a different thought process, or like a different, yeah, basically just a different thought process. That's what I'm saying. High is kicking in, dude. You know how weird it is to have a guy rap at you while you're giving him his change? Again, don't get me wrong. I feel like the writing was good, but his um, presentation of it, you know, just there's things you do and things you don't. But I guess I get it. You want to, it's yours. You want to do it. Wow. Dude, I hope you're high, because, like, the high is really settling in right now. I was going to smoke a, I was going to smoke another unknown joint, but nope, I don't think so. I think I'm good. That one little bong hit was solid. 28%. Yep. I get that. I smoked that in my dab rig because I only have a, you know those straight bongs? I don't like them. Get water in your mouth and shit. I like beaker bongs, but like I don't need such a big bong anymore. When I need a bong hit, it's like I just need something little. So I use my dab rig, and dude, it works pretty well. I've never done a bong hit in a dab rig. I just figured the makeup of it would, like, I don't know, dilute the high too much, but it doesn't. Gives it nice clean hooty hoot. And it's like a nice little package. Like one shot is pretty good, you know? You're pretty satisfied. Yeah, man, I'm so high. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what's coming up. I'm going to do a series on different cannabinoids. I'll start with CBD, and then do CBN, and then CBG, and we'll talk about how that works. Mhm. And what kind of effects it has potentially, you know, cuz not everybody's the same. So it might be a little bit different, but there's basics. There's basics that are like, this will a standard that'll happen, you know. Yeah. Right? Would that be good? Like I'm sitting here pontificating. I think that'd be good and helpful. My aunt was telling me, because her and some people she knows, they need they find that they need a little help, and they get a lot of misinformation when they go to the dispensary to try and get like CBD or whatever will fix or help, or, you know, um, give them relief, because they're not necessarily looking to get high. They're looking to, like, you know, just deal with some joint pain or this or that. Dude, this weed, I'm not even, I don't know why I'm laughing. That's what I'm saying. This weed is pretty good. I didn't expect that much from it. I'm gonna try the indica one next. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying that my aunt was telling me that, older people need a little bit of direction and help with what they're looking for, and to help them prepare before they go to the dispensary, so they understand it a little more. And I was like, yeah, I should do that. I should pass on my dispensary knowledge and my years of testing experience and help people that are new to it understand it better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give back. Dude, I'm so high. Oh, I hope you're high. I hope you're enjoying the sesh. I know it was kind of just like a explanation of what this is after 180 some odd episodes, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try and make it better, like, all the time. You wouldn't believe how many people... No, you probably would. But no, you wouldn't. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about now. All right. That's it. Jesus Christ. Those are my thoughts off the stem for this week. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. I hope you come back next week with me, Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead. Check out tots420.com. If you like seeing the transcripts, I'm starting to post them as blogs, and you can read it out. Reenact it. Yeah. You get all the links to the episodes. You should subscribe, like, and share the podcast. If you get a laugh out of it, give it to a buddy that you think will get a laugh out of it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. I hope the week's... I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, dude. I just gotta end this. Fuck. I got really high off that. One more hit, because, that's how it goes. So check out tots420.com. Come back next week, and until next time, keep your lids low, baby.